me share my screen. Everyone can see it?
Yes.
Okay. So as Anton said, my name is Roy. I'm the head of SEO and the digital marketing evangelist for Similarweb. Today we're going to speak about the future of mobile SEO in 2016. First, I want to speak about Similarweb. We measure the digital world. We have data and insights for every website. That includes keywords, referrals, popular pages, traffic trends, and mobile data. For every app, we have download estimation, active user, engagements, citations, and ASO data. So the first subject that we are going to speak about is AMP, Accelerated Mobile Pages. Accelerated Mobile Pages is basically an update that Google will announce about and will be released this month, and is purposed to serve to the user the fastest pages while he's searching mobile results, and it's kind of like a diet version of HTML. Here's more information. How AMP looks in Google search. As you can see, if people are searching for Obama, they have like a carousel with this notice with this blue line. This is an accelerated mobile page demo. You can go right now and use the demo. It's g.co/AMP. As you can see here, the top stories are above all the results, and you get the results that is very fast and rendering in a few milliseconds. Google wants to make the search results faster. That's the purpose. They want to have like the best user experience for all the users, especially in mobile. They don't want that websites will take a lot of time to load. So AMP is a major update that will affect the ranking signal for all the mobile websites that will implement it. How AMP looks in the backend, as you can see, it's similar to the original code, but you have AMP code in it. You can see here. Who is Google AMP for? For now, only publishers will focus on the AMP implementation because as Google purpose is to serve the best and the fastest results to all the users. And if you have like a website that doesn't generate content, that is not related and not focused on content, it's not relevant for it. It's a waste of time. But if you're one of these publishers and you produce content on a daily basis, and a lot of your visitors coming from mobile, this is the best match for you. As you can see here, the publishers that are already using AMP provided by Google. Why speed matters in mobile? According to the search Kissmetrics research, 40% from all the people abandon a website that take more than 3 seconds to load, and the AMP purpose is to promote results of websites that will take them less than 1 second to load. What about Facebook? If you're asking, Facebook have their own kind of AMP pages, which is Facebook Instant Articles. You probably noticed it if you use the Facebook app. Basically, if you're clicking on a result, it can take also milliseconds to load it, and it's very similar to the MP. And in order to implement it, you need to speak with Google, with Facebook. They have a dedicated page for this. Before we're going to the next subject, Google MP is not just for Google. It will also help you with the user experience in general. If you have traffic from the referrals, if you have links in social apps, and so on. The next subject is mobile web versus mobile apps. This is a big dilemma for a lot of companies when they're starting their own business and they're starting their own online website. They want to know on which subject to focus, or mobile web, or like to be a responsive website, or adaptive website, or to implement or build an app. So here I'll try to give you some help and try to understand which companies need to focus on what. The mobile web versions, the mobile friendly is the responsive, which all the HTML is similar to the desktop, and it's very unique. And it's also the best way that Google also like recommending to use responsive as the mobile friendly version. And there's also dynamic serving and separate URLs. For my experience, also responsive is the best version if you want to do your website mobile friendly. But you need to remember that it won't matter your speed. It's only the SEO effect. As you can see here, this is not a cliche. Go mobile, because everything is mobile now. The number of searches is growing and growing in mobile, and they already overtook the desktop. The usage patterns. Now I want to show you the usage patterns in the apps in order to see it. What are the leading mobile apps right now? Using Similarweb data, I checked the top 25 apps in the United States and try to see what the leading apps and what's really the gap between number 1 to number 100 and something like this. What's my opportunity? The domination of leading mobile apps. So when you're checking and thinking about strategic ways or to focus on mobile or to build an app, you need to remember this. There's like a 10 or 20 apps that are dominating by a lot, and all of the rest are nothing compared to them. So let me show you an example based on Similarweb data. Facebook is number 1 in Play Store, and 68% from all the US Android users installed it. And Clash of Kings is number 150 in Play Stores, and only 0.67% from all the Android users in the United States installed it. So when you're thinking about the strategy, you need to think about the opportunity that you have. If you try to build a like exceptional app, such as Snapchat, that became in the top 20, you can get a massive or millions of users every day. And also you need to check if mobile app is fit for your business. For example, for Similarweb, which is a B2B company that we are doing competitive and intelligence and analysis, mobile app solution is not something that most of our customers would care about. Why? Because when you're doing a research, you need to work with Excels, you need to work with the desktop, that everything will be like clear. It's not something that basically the mobile apps solution should be very quick and fast. Not something that you need to sit on a research. It can take you hours with a lot of numbers and data. So if you are B2C consumer or like pizza delivery, so it's obvious that you need that, but you need to remember these decisions and see what's fit for your own business. App indexing. App indexing is, for the guys that didn't know, is basically a way to show the users the app in Google. So what does it mean? If I have an app in the Play Store and I'm searching in my Google app in phone, not in Google Play Store, and I'm searching, for example, Hotel Tonight in Seattle, I'll get results from app that are indexing using app indexing API. As you can see here, example. Why app indexing? App indexing is a ranking feather. If users install an app, they want to use it. And when you're pushing it in Google and organically, it will help the users. Apps are a long-term investment. When you're building an app, you need to remember it. You don't need to. You need to focus on this and build it as the best way. And as I said earlier, not all sites are suitable for apps. Example for Similarweb. So you need to remember this. App-only content. What I said earlier, that app are indexed. How they are indexed? For example, if I have IMDb, for example, if I'm searching for Johnny Depp, so I need to have a duplicate match web content in my website in order to that the app will be indexed. In this case of the app-only content, Google is it's a new update. Before a few months ago they released it. Now it's in beta. In this case, Google is serving the apps on cloud streaming, and people don't need to install apps in order to see it in the Google. So this is a great opportunity, and basically it's equivalent to the landing pages in a website. If I want to target specific landing pages in my app or specific pages, I can target them and target those keywords. You can see the example here in a hotel tonight in Chicago. So instead of if I'm comparing it to a website, so the same thing will be like /hotel/Chicago or something like this in a desktop version. And here it's Google now is trying to make the app indexing more like efficient and much more easier, that all the users will be like excited to use it, and it will be very quick and nice. So it's a great thing, and I hope it will be released from the beta soon. As I said earlier, the same thing. This is the case of IMDb. When people are searching actor name or content piece, the website need to match the content in the app, and for the app-only content, it doesn't need to match for the website, for the web content. How to measure it? In Similarweb, we are measuring basically all the digital marketing activity, and in this case, here we're measuring the keywords that came to the app from the Google app, not from Google Play Store. So it's an indicator for the app indexing, and here you can basically work on the keyword strategy, see which apps are indexing Google by the traffic, who are leading you, who are the competitors. Speed connection matters. Not all the time you'll get these results of the app tags. It's very related to and connected to your speed connection. if you have a very fast internet connection, or you're on Wi-Fi, sometimes you can type this query and get normal results without the app. So, for example, if I'm going to South Africa and the internet connection is not good there, so I probably won't get the app results. So I need to consider this, that only people with internet connection that is fast enough will get these results. Same for the AMP, not everyone will get the carousels, only devices with a faster internet connection. App indexing API is a ranking factor, and basically this is the key for the app indexing and the app only content. You need to implement this in your app in order to the app will be revealed in Google. Measure the mobile engagement stats. It's very important metric. See what's the retention. See how many people, like what's the time that people are spending in your app. What's the daily active users. Compare between you and your competitors. Also using similar web data here. Keyword research. Now going to the next subject, which is keyword research and competitive intelligence. See which apps are competing with you on the same keywords. Here, for example, I typed the keywords videos, and so I was able to see which apps are competing and which apps are getting traffic on this keyword. Find new keyword opportunities for keyword research. When you're doing a keyword analysis and competitive intelligence, you have a lot of data. If it's in Similarweb or if it's in other tools, you need to take the keywords that your competitors are like having, see from which countries they're getting the traffic, on which terms, on which categories, and build on this on your keyword strategy and your app strategy. Here it's example for Instagram keyword, like when I'm comparing Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Messenger, you can see that Instagram is #1, but Snapchat is #7, and they are getting a percentage from traffic share. So you can even like target branded competitors. See who are the leading apps in your industry. Using Similarweb data in order to get a benchmark and see and reveal the opportunity. You need to always see where you are and where is the market. Think about new markets. As I said, if you're not good in specific countries and your competitor is better there, check and see what's the market penetration there. Seek for all the time for new opportunities. Retention versus competing apps. As I'm doing here, you can see the percentage of returning users each day from day 0 to day 30 of your competitors. You can see, for example, that after all the 100% users that installed in Instagram, only 64% of them actually used it in the day 1. Traffic channels. When you're doing a competitive intelligence for your app, you always need to seek for new opportunities, as I said, and see what your competitors are doing better, what you're doing better, and see from where they're getting traffic, or it's from the App Store, or it's referring apps, or it's got featured, or it's by charts, and so on. The future is already here. You don't need to wait to another movie of Back to the Future. Thank you.
It was very short.
What?
For some reason, I can hear myself. I don't know what happened. I'll just try to. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of short, but no, never mind. I guess we have plenty of questions because it's the chat all is questions and comments. Michael, Dean, and actually Roy, you can read in the chat and we'll start. I don't know for is it
Oh,
is it
yes.
only
Now I see all the questions.
yeah, okay.
Facebook says the average time for an article to load on mobile is 8 seconds. I'm not sure from where you got it, Michael. But
Michael, you're muted.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that was taken from a PDF that was emitted by Facebook themselves. So I mentioned that at the point where you were talking about how
Facebook
AMP is
that article.
devoted to news media and how it can be like just a poor user experience to sit there and wait for something to load.
Yeah.
So
Now
you know,
every article should take like a milliseconds, as I said.
yeah, good luck. It's hard. But so how quickly do you know of any data that says I'm on my mobile device and I'm waiting for something to load, and if it takes longer than a certain number of seconds, am I going to bounce? Am I going to go back to search or back to an app or something?
Yeah, as I showed case metrics case study data, they said that after 3 seconds, 40% from all the users abandoned the website.
Mm-hmm.
There is a question about how do you promote application in internet? What kind of service you use for selling API? I'm not sure about the second part of the question. How do you promote it?
As I said, basically my first perspective is an ASO. Use ASO keywords promoted by ASO Organic. Use app indexing, implement app indexing API, make sure that the app will be indexed in Google, and use competitive intelligence to see from where your competitors get traffic, and like try to steal their channels and get like growth ideas for this.
Okay, I don't know if it's answering your question, Alexander. If it's not, just type on our website follow up. Everybody who's hearing, if you have a question, you can just type this question on our website or YouTube chat, and we'll ask Roy about it. Nitin, you have any questions?
Yeah, the next question is from me. So, Roy, you actually suggested separate URLs for mobile site in your presentation. I just
No,
wanted to know the reason behind.
I'm not suggesting this. I told that I'm using responsive solution for Similarweb, and it's
Yeah.
working best. I
Okay.
just
All
mentioned
right.
the 3 options that Google is recommending.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Michael, you said something. Off all the digital time is 60% mobile. You had
Just more stats about how important mobile is becoming. And, you know, when I talk to you and you're in Israel and I'm on an audience with, you know, a Ukrainian host and, you know, people all over the planet, it occurs to me how different, you know, mobile use percentage is, you know, from one part of the world to the other. So what's it like in your in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, mobile is everything. When
Yeah,
you
but surely it will be segmented. Some countries, I'm pretty sure, developing countries, they have more mobiles than just old countries, because old countries everything is established. And I remember when we started it, and we did our platform was on a what was on a flash. So basically, many mobile phones didn't really work. And we have so many complaints from people like from India. I was reading these messages saying that I don't have desktop. I don't have desktop. I only have mobile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's very true. It seems to be the primary computing platform for most of the world when you think just in terms of population. So, yeah, if can I just inject a quick question for Roy?
Yeah. Do you want
So
it? Yeah.
here's a
Okay.
crazy question. What do you think of Mark Zuckerberg's, proposal to bring internet to India? How do you think? What do you think of that whole thing?
I think it's great, like for him, and like he's trying to connect all the world
Hmm.
and make the world faster and make accessible.
Yeah.
Basically, the purpose is to bring more users to Facebook.
Yeah. It's like Facebook conquers the world, but it seems that some of the initial response from India is, or at least from the official response, is negative, that they're not interested in it. Is that just the establishment kind of pushing back, or what do you think?
It's a good question. I think it's more political fights here.
Nitin, what do you think about you're from India? Any opinion about it? Nitin, you're muted.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, so actually they are actually concerned about net neutrality. So that's the only concern they have. So maybe what Facebook is offering is free, internet accessibility, but that for a set of websites. So so they're actually trying to put some restriction on top of it. So that's what they don't like it. I mean, we don't like. So yeah, I think that's the only concern.
Well, but Facebook is almost as big as the internet. Okay, it's like statistically half of the internet they go to Facebook account. Our obviously active users are less, but still it's enormous amount of people are there. So they're probably almost in a position to dictate like a Google as well.
You ask a question, is there a way to check what content bots are able to see on a particular app page, like we do? Fetches Google in Search Console to check what Google see on a web page. Nitin, that's what you asked?
Yeah.
So
That's the
what's
question from my end.
This was a sport questions whilst you were talking. Guys, they just had sport questions, and I guess they just put it in there, and now they had difficulty to remember. They were asking.
Michael also asked, does Amazon have a plan for their own product or a mobile solution? To be honest, I don't know. Amazon, I think in Similarweb we post a case study about them, about the research strategy, but they're really tough to digest because they're doing things that are not common in the SEO. For example, they're part of the page on our index. In the app strategies, Amazon it's a different story. I couldn't tell what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. Just seeing that Facebook has articles, right? And Apple is going to get rid of Newsstand and come back with Apple News.
Yeah.
And now Google's AMP products, so lots of news products. So, in the US, it's like, okay, Google, Apple, Facebook, Amazon. I understand there's even an anti-GAFA movement in France. They hate those giant American monolithic corporations because they just come in and they just kind of throw, I don't know, they throw their weight around, sort of. But that's the question that's in my mind, and maybe that comes back to Similarweb. Uh, any plans in Similarweb for some more Amazon, say, merchant-oriented data?
That's a good question. The ideal situation was to get all the Amazon data, including the App Store, including their own internal search, but there are priorities in product, and hopefully in some point we'll have this data, but I can't promise it.
Yeah. Yeah, because part of the question to me would be mobile use. People are out there running around, driving, in America at least, shopping. If they are price checking and they decide that, say Amazon has a better price on a particular product, now they're not driving, they're not shopping anymore. Now they're going to buy, from Amazon. So there's this constant thing. I think the phrase was showrooming. So you would go in a showroom and look at something and check prices on your device at the same time. So that's a
Oh,
lot of data to collect, but just knowing that that data is there and I can't get my hands on it drives me crazy. I don't know about you.
me too.
Yeah. Um,
Okay, we can ask general question about Similarweb, not necessarily about mobile. Mobile is a topic of today's webinar, but Roy is still SEO for all Similarweb, not only for mobile parts. So any questions, guys, if you have about Similarweb, not everyday Similarweb talking itself or head of Similarweb SEO. Roy, how long you been with Similarweb?
Almost 2 years. When I came to the company, we were only 40 employees. Now we have above 300 employees, and we are hiring 100 or more. So if you know any salesperson that want to join Similarweb, we are hiring we have offices in London, Tel Aviv, San Francisco, and New York.
No, that's a great altogether geographically. But you start buying companies as well.
We are always trying to make your product better and
Yeah,
see.
no, I'm saying that now you're not only employing individuals, you start acquisitions.
Yeah,
You recently bought
all,
bought a
all the
company.
acquisitions that Similarweb had is to make our product better, and basically when we are buying and doing acquisitions, we are hiring to our team and other teammates of the previous company that we bought. So it's a great solution for both of the company, for the company that we bought, and for Similarweb that we are getting a great HR team and a great employees.
I have a question. I'm just posting it. It's from our website. Just somebody type it. If you can read it and try to make a sense and answer it, would be very nice.
Okay, so if I don't have a properly SEO optimized website for an app and have an app on Google Play, will it still be shown in search results when I type in corresponding keywords? Eventually, yes. As I said, the app-only content update is now beta. Is now we stream apps that are not connected to the mobile web to the mobile desktop to the desktop version. So it will be much more easier to app owners to promote their own apps in Google.
Okay, I don't know if it's answer your question, Roman. If it is, yeah, that's fine. If not, yeah, you can type follow up on your on our website. Okay, Similarweb just explode for last 2 3 years. So why? How can you explain it so successful? Yeah, obviously you will say you have a brilliant product, which we love anyway. And it's actually very expensive product, I have to say. Well, depends. It's obviously it's very structured. But why is you so successful? Can you tell me?
Thing is, before Similarweb was down, uh, there wasn't like a really big and solution that unite everything, because we are the marketing intelligence platform. We measure the desktop, we measure the mobile world. Our data is very accurate. We have a big team of data scientists, of great developers. that actually working and having fun and building the best product that exists. We are also focusing a lot in events and content marketing and trying to spread the word out for Similarweb. So I would say basically the users are enjoying Similarweb and sharing them and sharing Similarweb data and speaking about Similarweb with their friends, with inside the companies. So the key of Similarweb was the people behind Similarweb.
Okay, great. As a great people, great product, and so I got you got another question. I just pasted. So if you can read it out loud and try to answer. It's after stars, little stars.
Yeah, are there any tools available to understand that my app or app store page is SEO optimized? Similarweb data shows you your ranking, yeah, and there's also Google Search Console for apps. If your app is indexed, you're able to see all the traffic, the keywords that led to the app. You need to connect it with the app indexing API. So that's it. For Michael asked me, any plans to show in-app mobile ads data in the future? I would say that probably also yes, we are building a new mobile solution soon that will be launched in the next quarter. So you need to wait for this. Not sure that this update will be launched in this year, but all the time we're trying to make our product better with the new solutions. We are not like standing in the same point all the time.
Mike, you muted?
Yeah, so that, I'm always interested in mobile and in the advertising, and how well established would you say that the mobile ad data is now in Similarweb? If I want to look specifically at mobile ads only, and then maybe I want to scope that down even further into location-based kind of ads.
For now, we don't have the mobile ads data. The things that we add is the in-store keywords, referrals for the apps, featured apps, and so on. But it will be better. We're always working on this.
It's a challenge. It's a definite challenge.
Yeah.
But thanks for that.
You mentioned that your data are very accurate, and actually this was a typical question about Similarweb. From what benchmark? Because obviously, as I understand, if it's a lot of visits, like 1 million visits a month, the data are quite accurate. But if it's lower, might not be that accurate.
Yeah. So if the website is bigger, our accuracy would be better. If the website is lower with a small amount of traffic, so that will be less accurate most of the time.
Any numbers?
We have like internal numbers, but we are not sharing that with anyone yet.
So you can't tell from what number of visits you're very accurate and below
no,
what is
always changing. You can see the Fishkin study that he had in Moz when he compared all the Similarweb and all the competitors, and we became number one there.
Yeah, but you surely you know where you're accurate and where you less accurate. Surely you do, no?
Yeah, because I know it's always changing.
Okay.
I would
Roy,
say above 80% accuracy most of the time.
I think Michael put another question.
Yeah, Michael. Any data correlating to app index search content? Yeah. So, Michael, not sure about conversions, but we are working on the app indexing data.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, in the next months, we'll release a beta version. It will include also app indexing.
Yeah, that's the bridge that I think people are looking for. Is, I can work hard and I can get all this tagging and everything in my code, and I can start appearing, get my app data indexed. Is it resulting in something useful? And attribution is always like, for people who are on the bleeding edge, it's an afterthought, and for people who are slow to adopt, it's like they're looking for a reason why they should. So it's nice to know that maybe some of that information would be out there to convince me that I really need to do this. And it's tough because, some of the data I see is that there's only like 8 to 11 apps that are the most popular, hugely popular, at least in the US. And if I'm not one of them, then I have to think about just how important this is going to be, for my overall indexation and the health of my business. So curious to see. I'm sure you guys are doing lots of content writing and stuff, and it'd be great to see some research around that.
There were a couple more questions.
Yeah. Can we separate paid from organic traffic in Similarweb when promoting the app? For now, we are showing only the organic data in the Play Store.
Okay, so only organic for us.
And now another question that we got when I want to see an impact of my Facebook PPC campaign on downloads and compare it to free traffic. This is a tough one because we don't have Facebook campaigns data yet.
Okay, so you know, if I want to do something, collect information on Facebook, Similarweb, so far I won't be able to help.
We have only Facebook organic, not campaigns. PPC.
So PPC, Facebook is not there yet, but maybe we'll be there. Okay, I'll just do last check-in on our webpage if there is more questions. Okay, Roman, it was answers to your questions. If you have something, shoot now. So guys, we've been almost 1 hour here, and if you have somebody's watching us, if you have questions, just shoot now. Okay. We have this tendency that people are a bit slow, shy, something. Roy, if they want to ask you questions later on, they decide how is possible to get you, basically.
Just tweet.
Tweet, okay. I'll publish your Twitter handle on our webpage. It's not a problem. So if you wanna get Roy and ask him questions, and you're not ready to do it right now because it's a last moment, so just tweet him and he will respond. Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Roy. It was very short, but we'll make it with questions and answering. Thank you for this presentation. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Michael. I don't know how often you have been guest of honor for webinars. Well, okay, maybe it's today the first one. Maybe you've done it before, but you're very good. You're very good. Thank you, Nitin, as usual. You are our regular. You know the score, how it works, and we're just waiting when you will be speaker here. Okay, so I'll just check in last time. No questions. No questions. Okay, not particular Facebook ad move. Okay, Roman, I'll publish Roy Twitter, and you are welcome, as he said, as Roy said, you are welcome to ask him direct questions, make sure it's intelligent questions, because stupid questions is only I have a license to ask here. Rest of you should do some intelligent job. Okay, thank you very much, Roy. It was very interesting.
Thank you. Thanks for
I'm
having me.
pretty sure as soon as you launch, or not as soon, maybe a couple of months after you launch all this stuff you mentioned, we will have you again, and you will tell us what's new on the Similarweb. It's a very popular tool, even it's very expensive tool, a very popular tool, so everybody wants to know. Okay, so guys, thank you very much for coming tonight or today in a where Michael is still early morning. When Nitin is basically it's almost a night, and we are somewhere in between. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Roy, and thank you everybody who were with us tonight. Depends on what time, where you are, what time of day you have at the moment. So hopefully we'll see you again. Okay, next webinar in a couple of days. Check our web page and be with us as always. And I would suggest to come over here to webinar room, because you can ask questions straightforward and talk and get some impression if you can. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, and
Thank you.
goodbye to everybody.